So it's happened to every single brewer. You've done everything you can to save that beer, but something's gone wrong. It's got some funky off flavours and you've got 5 gallons of this useless beer sitting around. Alternatively, your mother-in-law knows that you like beer and keeps sending you home with some really bad lager. So what do you do with all that beer? Stick around to find out. Of course, you could just throw it away, but that would be such a waste. In fact, I can think of over 26 really useful ways to use stale beer, so stick around to find out a few. So the first idea is to actually use it for polish for your wooden furniture. Yep, if you mix stale beer with some sugar and some beeswax and boil that up, you can actually apply that to your oak furniture, give it a nice shine, and then if you wait for it to dry and you can buff it up with a nice clean microfiber cloth, and it's going to give it a real shine. So number 2 is all about cleaning your pots and pans. So beer is a really good cleaner for copper pots, and it can really help you get rid of some of that tarnish that's on the pots and even some grease. So you can actually leave your pots to soak in beer overnight and then give it a good shine the next morning, and it's really going to make those pots look amazing. So number 3 is a bit of a strange one. Not only does stale beer really help bring out the shining copper, it does the same for gold. So if you pop your gold jewellery in a container of beer and let it soak there for a while, then fish it out, give it a bit of a buffing up, and it's really going to shine and give new life to those family heirlooms. Although you may not want to drink the beer, you can actually use it in cooking. So my next idea is actually to do with making a tangy barbecue sauce. So if you mix up some stale beer with some onions, some garlic, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some Dijon mustard, some peppers, a little bit of sugar and some hot sauce, that's going to be really good for mixing with your chicken and making some really tangy barbecue chicken for your friends and family. Now, sticking with that barbecue theme, I know from growing up and watching a lot of Australian soap operas that you can control the heat of your barbecue by pouring beer on it. But if you pour that beer on your meat instead, not only will it taste really good, but it can actually protect you against something called the PAHs. And these are things that actually could lead to cancer. So this is a really good way to use steak. Now, don't take my word for it, do your own research, but I certainly marinate all my steak in beer before I cook it in the barbecue. So tip number 6 is also for you meat eaters out there. If you have cans of beer that actually have expired, you don't have to throw those beers away. What you can do is actually put that can inside a whole chicken and place it on the barbecue. I should say you should open that can, and the actual heat from the aluminium can will cook the inside of the chicken quite evenly, and as it does, the actual beer inside the can will evaporate and it will keep the meat nice and moist. So that's a really cool thing to do at a barbecue and a great way to use stale beer in a can. Tip number 7 is all about having an infestation of slugs, snails or earwigs. If you do have this type of pest problem, what you can do is build a beer trap. So if you fill a container up and place it in your garden, often it's best to bury it so it's at the surface level of the garden or wherever you're placing it. The slugs and the snails and the earwigs will fall into the trap and basically become drunk and won't be able to get out. So this is a really good tip, and my dad actually told me about this one, so why not try that in your own garden? Another kind of pest problem you might have that you can solve with beer are fruit flies. What you want to do is to fill a container about halfway up, and this is best with a jar, and with the top of the jar you want to make small holes in the top. So they should be large enough that a fly can get through, but small enough that they can't get back out. If you do that, you'll soon see that your fruit fly problem disappears and you're going to have a lovely jar of stale beer full of flies. I wouldn't drink that if I were you. A nicer tip for the garden might be to attract some lovely butterflies. In fact, butterflies eat a lot of very weird things. from rotting fruit to even rotting meat. So you can mix that stale beer with quite a few things. If you mix up a little batch of stale beer, maybe some sugar, put a few overripe bananas in there, a little bit of rum also works, even some fruit juice. And if you put that around your garden, you'll soon see over the next couple of days that you get a lot more butterflies, and it's just a really nice way to attract some wildlife into your backyard or garden. Another little tip is a little bit strange, but it is a real solution to quite a serious problem. I suffer from this. I'm not a very good sleeper, and one of the things about making beer is you get a lot of access to things that can help you sleep. Now, I'm not talking about drinking beer here, I'm actually talking about ingredients. So hops have this sedative quality, so if you're having trouble sleeping and you have access to some hops, pop a little bag into your pillow and that's going to help you drop off more easily. Another more sort of extreme method, but also very useful, is to actually wash your pillowcase, not your pillow, in stale beer. And it's with all that sort of ingredients that really help you sleep, including the hops, it's going to help you drop off much more easily than if you just try and read a book or something. If you want to find out another 16 uses of stale beer, then head over to my website at beercreation.com/stalebeer. I hope that you found the video useful, and if you did, please share it with a friend. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way I can send you notifications of any new videos that I upload. Also, if you have any questions or you'd like to leave me a comment, do so and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.